Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Sunday. We've got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today, so be sure to like and subscribe. Check out all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate as we close out the weekend, starting with the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cardinals opening up as road favorites at -160. The Pirates plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 25-34. The Pirates 30-27. Pitching for the Cardinals is Miles Mikolas with an ERA of 3.75. Pitching for the Pirates is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.91. Mikolas, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. He's coming off back-to-back 0-run games. Pitching for the Pirates is Rich Hill with an ERA of 4.91. His last 2 starts, he's given up 11 runs. Rough starts for Rich Hill on the mound. St. Louis back-to-back losses against Pittsburgh here. Pitt playing pretty well on a 4-game winning streak. I do like Mikolas on the mound for the Cardinals here. Rich Hill struggling. I think Cardinals get this 3rd game here after back-to-back losses, and I'm going to roll with the Cardinals on the road. Next matchup, we got the Philadelphia Phillies versus the Washington Nationals. Phillies opening up as road favorites at -160. Washington plus 135 with the over-under at 9. Phillies coming into this matchup 26-32. The Nationals 25-33. Pitching for the Phillies is Ranger Suarez with an ERA of 7.13. Pitching for the Nationals is Trevor Williams with an ERA of 3.93. Suarez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Williams, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Phillies beating Washington yesterday 4-2, snapping that 5-game losing streak that they were on. They're 1-4 on the road, not the best road team as of late right here. Suarez really has not been good on the mound for the Phillies. He's given up a lot of runs here, and I think I'm going to take a shot with the Nationals plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Tampa Bay Rays versus the Boston Red Sox. Tampa Bay opening up as road favorites at -120. Boston plus 100 with the over-under at 9. Rays coming into this matchup 41-19. Boston 30-28. Pitching for the Rays is Taj Bradley with an ERA of 3.60. Pitching for the Red Sox is Tanner Houck with an ERA of 5.30. Bradley, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Houck, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Tampa Bay beating Boston yesterday. A nice win for Tampa. Well, actually, they won game 2. I forgot it was a doubleheader. They lost the first game 8-5 and then won 4-2. So both teams split in the doubleheader, which usually happens a lot of time here. Tampa is 5-1 straight up against Boston here. Bradley coming off a nice game on the mound. Houck, it's been kind of rough, giving up 9 runs in his last 3 starts here, and I think I'm going to still roll with the Rays on the road. Next matchup, we got the Milwaukee Brewers versus the Cincinnati Reds. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over-under at 10. Brewers coming into this matchup 31-27. The Reds 26-32. Pitching for the Brewers is Adrian Hauser with an ERA of 4.07. Pitching for the Reds is Ben Lively with an ERA of 1.99. Hauser, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Lively, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Milwaukee back-to-back wins against Cincinnati. Played well. They've been some close games these last 2. Cincinnati on a little 3-game winning streak. kind of ruining their winning streak that they were on prior. The Brewers are 8-1 on the road against the Reds here. 7-1 against the Reds. They've been very good head-to-head against the Reds. And in a pick'em scenario, I'm going to take the team that's the better head-to-head team, and I'm going to take the Brewers on the road. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Miami Marlins. Miami opening up as home favorites at -240. Oakland plus 195 with the over-under at 7.5. Oakland coming into this matchup 12-48. The Marlins 31-28. Pitching for Oakland is Paul Blackburn with an ERA of 2.25. Pitching for the Marlins is Sandy Alcantara with an ERA of 5.06. Blackburn, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. Sandy, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Oakland on a little 3-game losing streak here. They got yesterday losing 12-1. Been tough for Oakland. Miami playing well right now, 7-3 in their last 10. They've been pretty dominant in this series. They only allowed 1 run in the last 2 games to Oakland so far here. Rolling with the Marlins at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Toronto Blue Jays versus the New York Mets. Mets opening up as home favorites at -130. Toronto plus 110 with the over-under at 8.5. Toronto coming into this matchup 32-27. The Mets 30-29. Pitching for Toronto is Yusei Kikuchi with an ERA of 4.47. Pitching for the Mets is Kadai Senga with an ERA of 3.44. Kikuchi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Senga, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 9 strikeouts. Toronto on a 3-game winning streak, back-to-back wins against the Mets. And I like the Mets here. They're 5-2 against the Mets here. I'm sorry, I like Toronto. They're 5-2 against the Mets. They've been very good. Senga's been good on the mound here. Kikuchi, he's had his up and down games, but kind of hanging around 2 to 3 runs a game, which is pretty average for most pitchers, honestly. And I still think I'd take a shot with Toronto plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Guardians versus the Minnesota Twins. Twins opening up as home favorites at -175. Cleveland plus 145 with the over-under at 7.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 26-32. The Twins 31-28. Pitching for the Guardians is Tristan McKenzie with an ERA of 0. Pitching for the Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 2.77. McKenzie, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Cleveland, coming off a Minnesota win yesterday, winning 4-2. That was a nice win for them. Snapping Minnesota's little winning streak right there. But yeah, McKenzie getting his first start of the season here. Joe Ryan coming off a 5-run game, but he's been very good on the mound this season. He's 7-2. We'll see how good Tristan plays in his first start here. I think I still like the Twins here. I do like Joe Ryan on the mound, and I'm going to roll with Minnesota at home. Next matchup, we've got the Colorado Rockies versus the Kansas City Royals. Royals opening up as home favorites at -140. The Rockies plus 120 with the over-under at 9.5. Rockies coming into this matchup 26-34. The Royals 17-41. Pitching for the Rockies is Kyle Freeland with an ERA of 4.22. Pitching for the Royals is Brady Singer with an ERA of 7.12. Freeland, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 1 strikeout. Singer, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Colorado back-to-back wins against the Royals. I really don't know why. They've been an underdog both games, and they've just won outright. I really don't understand why they're underdogs. And as long as they're still underdogs here, I'm still taking the Rockies. We'll take the Rockies money line and plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Detroit Tigers versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as home favorites at minus 175. Detroit plus 145 with the over-under at 9. Detroit coming into this matchup 26-30. The White Sox 25-35. Pitching for the Tigers is Matthew Boyd with an ERA of 5.96. Pitching for the White Sox is Michael Kopech with an ERA of 4.52. Boyd, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Kopech, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Detroit on a 2-game losing streak, back-to-back losses against the White Sox here. They are just 3-7 on the road against the White Sox. Pretty even pitching matchup. Kopech coming off a 4-run game for the White Sox, but his 2 games prior hasn't given up a run. And I think I'm going to lean with the White Sox at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Angels versus the Houston Astros. Houston opening up as home favorites at minus 150. LA plus 130 with the over-under at 9. Angels coming into this matchup 30-30. The Astros 35-23. Pitching for the Angels is Griffin Canning with an ERA of 4.89. Pitching for the Astros is JP France with an ERA of 4.0. Canning, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 9 strikeouts. France, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 8 strikeouts. The Angels on a 3-game losing streak, 3 straight losses against Houston. Houston's looked pretty dominant in this series so far. LA 1-8 on the road against Houston, 0-5 straight up against the Astros here, and pretty even pitching matchup. I'd say JP France hasn't been the best, but I'm still going to roll with the Astros at home. Next matchup, we got the Seattle Mariners versus the Texas Rangers. Rangers opening up as home favorites at minus 150. Seattle plus 130 with the over-under at 8. Mariners coming into this matchup 29-28. The Rangers 36-20. Pitching for the Mariners is Bryce Miller with an ERA of 3.0. Pitching for the Rangers is Nathan Eovaldi with an ERA of 2.42. Miller, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 8 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Eovaldi, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Seattle, 2 straight losses against the Rangers, coming off a 16-6 loss yesterday. Rangers, they're playing very good, 8-2 in their last 10 right now. Seattle is 1-4 straight up against the Rangers. Eovaldi's been very good on the mound, coming off a 0-run game, and Miller coming off an 8-run game for Seattle here, and I'm gonna roll with the Rangers at home. Next matchup, we've got the Baltimore Orioles versus the San Francisco Giants. Both teams actually in a pick'em scenario at minus 110 with the over-under at 8. Baltimore coming into this matchup 36-22. The Giants 29-29. Pitching for Baltimore is Tyler Wells with an ERA of 3.29. Pitching for the Giants is Anthony DeSclafani with an ERA of 3.48. Wells, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. DeSclafani, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Baltimore, coming off a tough loss yesterday against the Giants, losing 4-0. Snapping Giants' 3-game losing streak that they were on right now. Baltimore is 4-2 on the road against the Giants here. I'd say it's a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers giving up about the same amount of runs here. In a pick'em scenario, I'm going to roll with the slightly better team, and I'm going to roll with the Orioles on the road. Next matchup, we've got the Atlanta Braves versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Braves plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Braves coming into this matchup 34-24. Arizona 35-24. Pitching for the Braves is Michael Soroka with an ERA of 6.0. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Gallen with an ERA of 2.72. Soroka, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Gallen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Atlanta coming off a 5-2 win yesterday against Arizona, ruining Arizona's big win streak that they were on. Yeah, not in love with Soroka on the mound. I mean, he only pitched once and he gave up 4 runs in that start. Gallen's been very good on the mound this season here and has gotten a lot of wins. He's 7-2, and I think I'm gonna roll with the Diamondbacks at home here. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the San Diego Padres. Both teams in a pick'em scenario at -110 with the over/under at 8.5. Cubs coming into this matchup 25-32. The Padres 27-31. Pitching for the Cubs is Marcus Stroman with an ERA of 2.59. Pitching for the Padres is Ryan Weathers with an ERA of 4.28. Stroman, his last start, he pitched 9 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Weathers, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Cubs, coming off a bad Padres loss yesterday, losing 6-0. They just couldn't really get anything going here. The Cubs, they are 5-2 on the road against the Padres. Definitely a pretty even pitching matchup. I'd say Ryan Weathers is the worst of the two. He's been giving up 3, 4, and 4 runs. Stroman coming off a 0-run game here. In a pick'em scenario, I think the Cubs bounce back here. Don't love Weathers on the mound. I think I'm going to take the Cubs on the road in this one. Then the last matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Los Angeles Dodgers. Dodgers opening up as home favorites at -150. The Yankees +130 with the over/under at 9. Yankees coming into this matchup 35-25. The Dodgers 35-24. Pitching for the Yankees is Domingo Yermin with an ERA of 3.98. Pitching for the Dodgers is Bobby Miller with an ERA of 1.64. Yermin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Miller, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 4 strikeouts. The Yankees, coming off a Dodgers win yesterday, winning 6-3. It's a nice win for the Yankees. Yankees are 4-2 on the road against the Dodgers, where they've been very good here. And I'm liking the Yankees plus money here. Miller's been very good. He's only given up 2 runs in his last 2 starts here. Yerman's been good, coming off a 4-run game, but only giving up 0 and 1 run prior. I think I'm going to take a shot with the Yankees plus 1.5 on the road. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Sunday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Monday. Have a good one.